This time, we'll show you a method that will allow you to fight and fight and fight, even against the worst possible series of consecutive losses. And we introduce two new concepts, the profit bank and the recoup bank. When you understand the main idea, you can adapt it to your own playing style.
There's two kinds of banks, okay? We're going to have a recoup bank, we're going to have a profit bank. Okay, those are our banks. This is the profit bank, this is the recoup bank, and we number the recoup banks because we can have more than one of them. And so we number them so we know how many we have, just to make it easy. Okay, and we store our losses in the recoup bank. We store our profits in the profit bank. The only time we can put profits into the profit bank is when there's no debt or no losses in the recoup banks. Okay, so and we store profits permanently. Okay, with that out of the way, there are three betting stages that we're going to be in. The normal stage is where it's flat bet. That's where we're going to spend most of our time, is going to be in the normal stage. And we're going to be flat betting. Okay, and we're just going to continue to flat bet until there's two consecutive wins. And if there's any debt, if you have multiple banks, we're gonna go bank after bank after bank and attempt to recover it all. As long as we don't miss. And keep in mind, once you get through all of it, all the banks are empty, immediately then you switch back to normal stage. Okay, so that either we're going to miss at some point or we're going to recover all of our debt, and in which case we go back to the normal stage. Okay, if we miss in a recoup stage, then we're going to open up another bank. And we're going to put that money into that bank. That's the only time you make a new bank. If we miss in a recoup stage, then we're going to open up another bank. And we're going to put that money into that bank. That's the only time you make a new bank, is if you're in the recoup stage and you miss. You've got to open up another bank and put that loss into it. So if, let's say we were here, we got 2 wins in a row. Okay, we're going to attempt to recover the 5 units. We bet 5 and we miss. Okay, so then we're going to open up bank number 2 and put 5 units in there. Okay, and so then our current bank is bank number 2, and then we're going to go back to the normal stage. All right, and then we're just going to start flat betting until we get 2 consecutive wins again, in which case we'll go back to the recoup stage, and it just goes in a loop. Okay, all right. The other scenario is if there's no debt in the losses. So at that point in the recoup banks, so at that point, everything goes into the parlay bank. Okay, you keep increasing your bets. So we got 2 wins in a row on the flat bet stage. I'm going to increase that to 2 units. Okay, if I win that, I'm going to put the win of 2 units into the profit bank. Okay, and then I'm going to go to 3 units. And then if I win, I'm going to put that into the profit bank, making it 5. And then if I win that, I'm going to put that into the profit bank, making it 9, etc. And then if I lose, let me see, then I bet 5. So if I lose this bet, only this bet, this is the only time I'll do this, I've lost the 5 unit bet, I'm going to subtract it from the profit bank. So okay, so my profit bank is now 4. Now once we miss on a parlay like that, I'm just going to take that last bet, subtract it from the overall profit. That's the conservative thing to do. Okay, and then I'm going to clear it out, and then you go back to the normal stage. Okay, and that's the whole system, and recover and win. Okay, that's a loss. So we're going to put that against our recoup bank. Keep going. Okay, that's another loss. Okay, there's a win. So at this point, we're going to now be chopping. So let's see if we can get 2 wins in a row. Okay, we're chopping. That's fine. We like chop. Chop is in our favor, actually. What we're focusing on is streaks, so we don't care about chop. We wanted to chop and then streak our way. Okay, more chop, that's fine. Chopsticks. Alright, now it's streaking against us, that's fine. We can handle any streak against us. We're not concerned. We are not concerned about it. Okay. More chop. That's fine. Alright, more chop. Okay, there it is. That's 2 wins in a row, okay? The formula says now we're entering the Recoup stage and we're going to attempt to recoup the entire amount. Well, you know what? I want to be a little bit aggressive here. I don't want to just bet 1 unit. I'm going to bet 2 units here to gain a profit into the profit bank. That's the only time I would do this, but you can be very aggressive at any time you want and bet one more than your debt. In this case, the debt is so low that I am not going to settle for another flat bet. I am actually going to go for a unit of profit. Okay, so here goes. And we do win that. Okay, so first off, we're going to take our Recoup bank and subtract 1, and then we're going to add 1 to our profit bank. Now, technically, that is a Recoup stage. We are not in the parlay stage. We are in the Recoup stage. So we're going to be very happy with that result. And now we're going to come out of the Recoup stage, go back into the normal stage. So we're flat betting. Okay, see how that works? And that's a win. All right, so now what do? We take that win and we put it in the profit bank because there's nothing in the Recoup bank. Okay, so keep going. Okay, that's a loss. We're going to put that into the Recoup bank. So here goes. Now we have 2 units of permanent profit, and now we're fighting this debt. Okay, so it's now going to 2. Now we don't care. I mean, we're not concerned. We can handle any negative streak. Okay. All right, so kind of chopping here. Ah, 2 wins in a row. Okay, now, question is, do I want to be aggressive or do I want to be just bet 1 unit flat bet here? Well, I'm going to be aggressive when I have 1 unit of debt like that. This is how I feel. So I'm going to bet 1 more unit than the debt because it's calling for a flat bet to recover. So I'm just going to, we're in the Recoup stage. I'm going to bet 1 unit more because that's how I roll. And okay, so we missed that. So we now, anytime you miss in the Recoup stage, that's the only time that we now open up another bank. Okay. So I'm glad I was able to illustrate that. Okay, and we're going to put our 2 units of loss. We bet 2 units, so we're going to put that into bank number 2. Okay, now bank number 2 is our current bank. Okay, and we lost the Recoup stage, which means we go back to normal stage. So now we're going to flat bet again. So now, okay, so now we're going to be focused on bank 2. Okay, so that becomes 3. Okay. All right, becomes 4. Okay, so now we're getting some significant negative variance now. It can get much, much worse than this, and we can definitely handle it. So, okay. So there's 1 win. We're looking for 2 in a row. Okay, so we're chopping. That's fine. Chop is in our favor. We don't care. Now it's streaking against us. Again, some more. Okay. And streaking some more. And it can get much, much worse than this, and we can still handle it. Okay, that's a win. So let's see now what we get. Aha, 2 wins in a row. Okay, so now we got our 2 consecutive wins. So we're going to move from the normal stage, and we have to go into the Recoup stage because we have existing debt. So we're going to bet 5 units now and attempt to clear this entire bank. So here goes. And we did. Okay, so we're going to bring that to 0. Okay, and once again, it's calling for 1 unit. I'm going to make that 2 because that's how I roll. Okay, so here we go, and that's only because it's 1 unit. All right, so you know what I'm saying. Okay. And we do win that. Okay, so now because I bet 2 units, that means I'm going to take this Recoup bank to 0 and add 1 more to the profit bank. Okay, so now we have 3 in the profit bank. Okay, and now that was the Recoup stage. Okay, so you know, we won the Recoup stage. All the debt's clear. So then we must go back to normal stage. Okay, so now we're going to flat bet. That's a win. Okay, so what do? We add that to the profit bank. There's no existing debt, so we could put it in the profit bank. Okay, that's a loss. Okay, our current Recoup bank is number 1. There is no bank number 2, so we're going to put that loss onto Recoup bank number 1. Okay, so it chopped for us. So now there's no debt anymore. Ah, 2 wins in a row. Put it into the profit bank. Okay, now we're in the parlay stage. I needed to show you that. We're in the parlay stage, okay? So we're going to increase our bets. It doesn't matter in this particular case if you're using Dill and Bear like I do, or you're using the Fibonacci. It doesn't matter. It's the same amount, 2 units. Okay, so we're in the parlay stage. So let's go ahead and add these, bet these 2 units. And we win. Okay, so you take those 2 units and you add it to your parlay because there's no debt, right? We're in the parlay stage. So now we have 7, and then we're going to increase to 3. Okay. Okay, we lost. Now, those 3 units, what I do, now you could take that and put it here, okay, and preserve all that profit and fight for it, okay? But what I do, and you don't have to do it this way, but this is what I do. I will take those 3 units and make our profit bank 4, okay? And then now there's no debt.
Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to watch our other videos with very smart and effective roulette strategies. And check the video description for our practical roulette strategy tools and testers. Remember, roulette is a risky business. Always play responsibly and with money you can afford to lose.